Uh-huh. Who wants to be a Melvinaire? It's a manhood movement, constant elevation, every day we improving. 7 p.m. on Wednesdays, I think you should tune in. It's more than a podcast, it's a family reunion. Melvinaire's, my nigga Mel up in here. You know Rome, he the plug, no telling who might appear. Could be one of your favorite rappers, community activists, businessmen and women to the shooters and savages. Melvinaire's, yeah, we Melvinaire's. Yeah, we Melvinaire's. Yeah, we Melvinaire's. Listen, you still a baby boy. This is manhood shit.
Yo, mic check, 1 2 1 2. It's the almighty Melvinaire podcast, man. We back in the building, baby. One time for your mind, no doubt. I'm your host, Rome the Plug. Special edition today, man. Got my brother, none other, man. Been with this guy out the mud, man. The God himself, man. Knowledge born out live and direct. Once again, touch it down on the Melvinaire podcast, man. Peace to the God.
Yo, peace to the God, man. Peace to the God. Peace to the architect, man. Peace to the architect and the mastermind. You know what I'm saying? Here, spiraling the resurgence of the manhood movement, man. This is the Wu-Tang Clan of podcasting right here.
That's
the
a fact.
Melvinaires, man. You understand what I'm saying?
That's a fact. That's a whole fact, bro.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
salute
man.
to Digital Impact Studios, you know what I mean, for the hospitality and the love coming up in here. If y'all in the area, y'all need to pull up to this space, man, and make your dreams come true. You know, they're making dreams come true up in here. You understand? So I'm definitely here. We're gonna discuss a couple of things. I got a couple of things on deck. You know, we're gonna be dealing with the N word and the B word. We're gonna be dealing with does the hip hop industry owe black people reparations?
Your facts.
And we're going to get into it. You know what I'm saying? We just going to get into the mix, man. 30 years. Everything. Yo, you know what's crazy? Everything that came out in 1994 will be 30 this year. Every hip-hop album that was released.
And that's insane, yo. Like, I ain't gonna lie, hip-hop will remind you how old you is. You know what I'm saying? It will remind you, bro. And it's like, yo, I remember, like, when you hear, like we was talking about Biggie, and you be like, yo, it's Ready to Die 25th anniversary. I'm like,
Right.
what? Like, yo, I remember stealing it out. You know, like I remember stealing the physical copy of Ready to Die. You know what I'm saying? My first copy, Ready to Die, I stole out of Sam Goody. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like I ain't go front.
Hey, everybody, if we was in a space where we could snatch it
Yeah.
out of Sam Goody, hey,
Yeah, that's a fact.
what it is, you know what I'm saying? So,
That's a fact, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, we definitely gonna be building on the hip hop owe us reparations and our continuation and use of the N word and the B word. And you go ahead. I'm gonna let my bro give his campaign, and I'll give my rebuttal as to my stance on it.
see, look, you just said Ready to Die was 25 years old, but now look at it this year on September 13th. Ready to Die be 30 years old.
30 years old,
Illmatic will be 30 years old.
right?
Takala be 30 years old. You see what I'm saying? Creeping on the come up. Bone Thugs and Harmony. Second, release. First major release. 30 years old.
Right.
And the list goes on and on for this year. Now we start getting into golden era hip hop. You see what I'm saying? Defining spaces. MOP to the death. 30 years this year.
Shout out Billy Danes, bro.
Word.
Shout out Billy Danes, bro. Like, yo, shout out MOP, bro. Like,
Word.
yo, I ain't gonna lie, man. Yo, one thing about this field, bro. Like, after you interview certain artists, yo, like you build a rapport with them, like you done had a real conversation with them, yo. Like you hear the music a little different.
Right.
The music, you know what I'm saying? Like you hear some of the backstories and you hear these songs, and I ain't gonna lie, like that's one thing. Like anybody who know me, bro, like I was always the kid. I always had the Vibe magazines. I always had the Sources, the Double XLs. I was that guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was the guy that was reading the editorials. You know what I'm saying? I was the guy reading the editorial. I was actually reading it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was reading the reviews on It's Dark and Hell is Hot. You know what I mean? And I was that guy. So, like, anybody who know me and see me doing this, it ain't a surprise for a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really not. Like, yo, I used to be in class. Like, shout out my man Tommy. But like, yo, just yo, what you think about like yo, any and everybody you could think of, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like it was hip hop oriented. Like yo, we, yeah, bro. Yeah. We just continue. Yeah, just continue. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but like when you go back, like I was always on this hip hop shit.
Right.
Always. You know what I'm saying? So like for all of these moments, like these were integral parts and moments of my life. And to like fast forward now, like it's like 30 years old. You're like, dang.
Right. And every year after.
Yeah.
So 2025, everything in 95, 2026, everything in 96. It just continues to go and continues to grow. And, I said that because for all of the good that we glean from the hip hop culture was all of the destructive interweaving in the hip hop industry. The entertainment industry overall, you could go through all of the places, but my research question is a microcosm of a macrocosm.
Mm-hmm.
Both of these research questions are microcosms and macrocosms. You see what I'm saying? So when we talk about does the hip hop industry owe black people reparations, Lord Jamar, shout out to Lord Jamar. Lord Jamar was,
Peace to the God.
was the only one to answer that call and pull up and then discussing on his platform as well. And then he gave, his breakdown in an alternate perspective, a perspective that's profound. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And he said, if your lyrics participated in the detriment and destruction of black people, then you should be held accountable and you should pay into the reparations that's supposed to go to black people as far as hip hop is concerned. You know what I mean? So I just asked you and let you kick it off. You know what I'm saying? I asked you the hip hop question first, and then we'll circle back to the other one. Rome, does the hip hop industry, I gotta say industry twice because they be bugging like, oh, I'm saying, yo, what about the, blah, blah. Does the hip hop industry for the third time owe black people reparations?
I have to say yeah. I have to say yeah. I have to say yes. Predominantly of knowing who ran the hip hop industry.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So like when we talk about reparations, like in itself, like that's a whole nother. That's a macro of a micro. You know what I'm saying? Like in that and one in itself. But knowing who ran and controlled hip hop, they absolutely owe us reparations. No other culture has been glorified, magnified on stereotype. Like they essentially weaponized hip hop from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? From the jump, it was a plan with this. Even going back to NWA, the founder, you know what I'm saying? Not the founders of NWA, but the financial backing of NWA had led to like some CIA money and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a plan with this from the jump that when everybody, that's why like it goes back to NWA. You know what I'm saying? Like for like the people will tell you that like it ain't Melly Mel and the Furious Five. You know what I mean? And it don't go back to that. They're gonna say NWA because that's when it was a storm that took the world. You know what I mean? It was a storm that went all over the world. And I would say yeah, man. I would say yeah. Like if you think about like we did the show about Dolores Tucker.
Mm-hmm.
And fast forward, yo, she was completely right. And I'm the biggest Tupac fan there is. But as a 13, 14-year-old boy, you know what I'm saying? And I don't really know about Dolores Tucker. I just know she an old black lady, you know what I'm saying? And she don't like, and she doing all that third going at Tupac. That's all I knew. You know what I mean? As a 40-year-old man with children, now and hearing the music today, I hearing it with a different ear. You know what I mean? And I at that point in time, I could put myself in those shoes as a parent and be like, yo, like I can understand what she was saying and where she was coming from, because these kids, even me as myself, bro. When I got up to go to school, the first thing I did was turn on my radio.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The first thing I did was turn on my radio, and it's Rough Ride or Die Volume 1.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm digesting the locks as soon as I wake up. You know what I'm saying? Like it's programming. You know what I mean? So in the midst of that understanding of how much power and influence the music can actually have on the individual, yeah, they absolutely owe us reparations. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, there's no question. Ain't no question about that. Like I definitely feel like they owe us reparations. You know what I'm saying? Like the same way they was able to get rich off of, you know what I'm saying, and perpetuate a culture, you know what I mean, and able to sustain a lifestyle, you know what I'm saying, based off of the pain of others, the pain and suffering of others, you know what I'm saying? And lifestyles, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely owe us reparations, bro. They owe us reparations for Tupac. They owe us reparations for Biggie.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? They owe us reparations for any and every black man that was involved in that industry that, you know what I'm saying, that we lost to something that was media perpetuated. You know what I'm saying? It's countless others. Like they definitely owe us, the hip hop industry definitely owe us reparations, bro. Ain't no question about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, bro, coming to that Tupac shit, bro. Tupac from my block. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Old York, yo. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, but yo, Tupac from my neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Like I know people who I know people who knew Pac as a kid. So I take that shit personally. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, they definitely owe us reparations, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no question about that. Like the same way, the same way that they could sit up there and retrieve all this money and play all of these songs, you know what I mean? And all these movies, like everything, bro. Like you gotta think about the culture. Like, yo, hip hop is the culture. It's the second biggest thing. Yo, hip hop is the second biggest thing in the world next to religion. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't question that. You can't question, yo, everybody's life is a soundtrack, bro. You know what I mean? Everybody's life is a soundtrack. So like, yeah, I would definitely say they hip hop definitely owes us reparations.
So how do we prove that in the court of law?
It depends on how you would attack it in a court of law. I think you just have to, in the era now where you can use lyrics, you can use lyrics in the court of law, and it could be a real thing. I feel like if Young Thug can get a whole RICO put on him for lyrics that can be used in the song, why can't RICOs be assessed for the same record company that robbed TLC? You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like, yo, if that's the era, and for the era that we're in, if things can be assessed and determined in the court of law based off of something in the past, off of what some would consider art, you know what I'm saying? Yo, and it can if that could be used against an artist in a negative, it should be able to be used against the record labels as well. You know what I mean? And I don't know what anybody will have to do, you know what I mean, to look into that, but that may be something to look into.
Right.
It may be something to look into, bro. Like I don't know.
If you remember that episode of The Breakfast Club with Leo Cohen,
Yeah.
they said issues or talent. What was his response? His response was talent, right?
Mm-hmm.
Talent over issues. He could identify the issues. He could readily see the issues available, right? He could see that it's to our detriment.
Yeah.
But he said talent.
Yeah.
And what was his justification?
The money.
The money. Why? Because he got a family.
Right, because he got a family.
He said, I got people. That's what he said, right? I got people. And they laughed it off. But it was real.
Yeah.
So it showed you up close what it is.
Yeah.
So these ones that are making sure that their demographic is taken care of, that their legacies are cemented, that their families are taken care of at the detriment and the devastation because their children not going out
Right.
doing lean and pills and all this other
Right.
stuff. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Their children not going out. You even seen some of the artists. They ain't letting their children listen to their own stuff, but they don't
Word.
care that our children, 5, 6 years old, doing doing all of this other stuff.
It's the young Jeezy. It's the young Jeezy comparison, bro.
Where's the response?
Like, yo, Jeezy father was in the military. Yo, he traveled the world. He was a military kid.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And like, yo, granted, I was a military kid too, bro. You know what I'm saying? But like, it's different. Like, but I'm not going out here and like, yo, niggas really believe Jeezy.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the thing about it. Like they believed him. And I think that's like where that goes back to Dolores Tucker. Like, yo, she was saying this. Like, yo, these kids are gonna believe what y'all saying is real.
Mm-hmm.
That, you know what I'm saying? And yo, literally, shout out Matt Hoffa, yo. It was literally a clip. They just uploaded from Matt Podcast, bro, and they was talking about Gucci versus Jeezy versus.
Mm-hmm.
And homie said, homie from Jersey, Albie Al. Homie said, yo, we believe Jeezy. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, yo, to see the Gucci versus Jeezy versus, and for what Gucci did and nothing happened, you lost all credibility.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? But how, like, I don't understand how you could take something that y'all calling art and apply it to street politics. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and it's all entertainment. It's all entertainment. So like, how do you take that? How do you take something that's strictly you consider art or entertainment and apply it to something that y'all standing on considering it real?
Mm-hmm.
And that don't make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? So like I just said it to say, yo, like the music, like that's how, like, yo, bro, like you listen to Thug Motivation 101. I believe Jeezy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because it was too specific.
Mm-hmm.
It was too specific. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, like, and anybody who come from that type of background could resonate with that album. You know what I'm saying? Like you could resonate with it. So like, yo, like I felt it though. It was a statement made that I'm like, yeah, like now I think what you saying is corny. You know what I'm saying? I may think what you saying now is whack, but the validity of it don't make it no less. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, bro, I understand what you saying because I come from it too. You know what I'm saying? I come from it too. But now, all right, like, yo, like, I just think like, yo, it's all a stage. It's all a stage, bro. So it's like, yo, when it come down to that, and we knowing that, I'm in the mindset now with like, yo, I'm even beyond that conversation, even entertaining that. You know what I'm saying? On who the realist.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or like, who's the realist? Like, man, come on, yo. Like, that. Well, what's that going to do? What's it going to do for us?
Right.
And it gets us nowhere. So like, that's where it's kind of like another ending question when it comes to that.
Now, if you had to be Romy Cochran, you know what I'm saying? You got Romy Cochran over there, and they called you in to get your Romy Cochran on for the defense of the hip-hop industry. How would you defend hip-hop, the hip-hop industry?
Yeah, I don't know if you can defend it. Like, on one end, when art becomes reality, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's when you know. I would say the minute art imitates reality. So when the art imitates reality, or when the art becomes reality,
Mm-hmm.
that's when I think the line is, you got to draw a line. You know what I'm saying? So the same way they going at drill rappers now, but the drill rappers is on there and like, yeah, last Thursday, niggas don't remember I was there last Thursday, and you know what I'm saying? And then 50 shots went off, and you know what I'm saying? And Timmy was gone, and like, when you're putting shit out there like that, you know what I'm saying? When you put like the internet the internet now is a double-edged sword because a lot of niggas play themselves online.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people play themselves online, bro. So, some people get tricked out there. You know what I mean? Get tricked off the streets for real, yo. Messing with the internet, trying to be too real. You know what I'm saying? Portraying an image that really don't like that only exists in the minds of certain individuals. That's not like, yo, the real world don't operate by street politics. You know what I'm saying? It just don't. You know what I'm saying? The street politics transpire in the real world, yeah. But everybody don't think on that level. You know what I'm saying? Like some people thinking on a whole nother level. So like, yo, like I just feel like hip hop perpetuated a train of thought. And then within that train of thought, that perpetuated into a culture. You know what I'm saying? And then that culture perpetuated into reality. You feel me? That would be my case as to why hip hop owes reparations. You know what I'm saying? Within that culture, it brought forth death. You know what I'm saying? It perpetuated death. You know what I mean? And we lost some, you know what I mean? Some people would say hip hop owes reparations for some people who's considered prophets. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? That would be my argument for that. Yo. Like, yeah, I heard plenty of songs, you know what I'm saying? Like, take things off, take rings off, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I feel like robbing it when I hear Amy Up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna lie. It would put me in robbing mode. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie. Like, yeah, like it has that ability. It has that ability, bro. So, like, yeah, hip hop definitely owes reparations. Definitely. I would never say anything outside of that, bro. Like, yo, you see, if you hearing the stories of the artists, bro, but what about that's Ron right there. But yeah, but what about the kid who don't know no better? What about the kid who think it's real life? You know what I'm saying? And i.e. going back to the words of Dolores Tucker. What about the kid who I had to deal with kids who got up and all they did was digest NBA YoungBoy. You know what I'm saying? And they from that. And they, you know what I mean? That's what they see. Yo, they don't gotta deal with them kids, bro. So it's like, you know what I mean? Yeah, they owe reparations, bro. They owe. What's good, bro?
What's up, bro? My bad. I thought you was gonna send it to the chat. That's why I had to charge this phone up.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah. What's up, Knowledge?
Look at the God, man. Peace, God. What's going on with you?
So I'm sorry I'm late, man. My bad.
It's all good, man.
That's all good, bro.
You up in here? You supposed to be in one of these chairs. You know what I'm saying? But it's
I
all
know.
good. It's all good, though.
Next time.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta let me know. You gotta give me a couple heads up. I'll pull up next time. You come to the city.
Definitely. We doing
You know what I mean?
we doing the Melvinaire tour. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we definitely going on tour,
It's
bro.
the manhood movement. Okay.
Oh yeah,
You know
absolutely.
So, in my Nas voice, you're the man. You understand what I'm saying? Manhood movement, man.
Yes,
See,
sir.
I know you already went through this process. You know what I'm saying? So we really put Rome on the spot with all this. You understand what I'm saying? You went through this process already, so you like, all right.
Right.
so we ain't get there yet. We working our way over there. I gotta crawl with Rome. You know what I'm saying? I don't want Rome to go out now. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's pimp hand strong. You know what I mean? So you gotta crawl over here with Rome. You know what I mean? But your thoughts though, Billy Ray, like does the hip hop industry owe black people reparations?
The hip hop industry, yes. The white owned corporations that run hip hop, they definitely own. They definitely owe us. And if you want to trickle down to the moguls, the black moguls that's been the handlers, they also owe too because they've been cheating us. They adopted the white supremacist style and tactics to cheat us out of what was rightfully our rightfully owned art. So yeah, we need reparations across the board from everybody, from every industry, and yeah, that's just how I feel about it. So, and I'm all for it. Any type of payment or any type of reparations or anything that need to be done for us, I'm all for it. Everything. I don't care who we get it from. Everybody should pay because everybody benefited. You know what I'm saying? We least beneficial people. We should be. You know what I'm saying? It's just ridiculous. We least beneficial people,
So I
and
asked
we
Rome, how do we prove it? So you can present your case how you would prove that the hip hop industry is negligent and due for payment or restitution.
we asking how the I think it's evident in just all the horror stories we hear about artists getting cheated. And the thing about it is, we starting from a position of weakness due to our condition. So whenever we make an attempt to capitalize off our talents, we always going to be at a disadvantage because we coming from a place where we have a lot of needs that are not being met. So a lot of people is going to take whatever deal they can get, which I understand, but it's still not. Even though we accepted, they're not doing it like we supposed to do. So I think it's pretty evident. I think a lot of people that's more smarter than me can actually look at it forensically and see exactly what how much money is actually owed. But it's astronomical numbers. It got to be in the trillions. It's in the trillions, I
Yeah,
believe.
yeah, no question, man.
So what about the argument I asked both of y'all, and then we'll shift. You know what I'm saying? We crawling over there. You know, I wanted to save that for last, but I'll ask y'all in regards to accountability because that the first thing I heard when I brought this research question up was ain't nobody coming to those young people house, those artists house, and put no gun to their head that we know of, right? And make them sign them contracts and you know what I'm saying. So what do y'all say about the accountability piece? Because Billy Ray, you alluded to it a little bit. You see what I'm saying? What do y'all say about the accountability piece as far as the artist that's in the particular genre that we speaking about?
Um,
Uh,
I would say, artists. I mean, some people speaking their truth. You know what I'm saying? Others not so much, right? And you can't police um who's who and who is what and what is what. Um, I would say, I think that's the thing about it. I don't think you can necessarily go with the artist. Like I think you can't go with you gotta go with the source. You got to go at who is promoting this individual, who is backing that individual, who's backing that message. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's who you gotta go at. So like I don't think you can necessarily go with the artist. I gotta think you gotta go with the labels.
uh,
You know,
I'm my bad. Go ahead, bro. My
nah,
bad.
nah, go ahead, bro. I think you gotta go with the labels though. I think you gotta go with the labels. Like, you can't go at NBA YoungBoy directly, for talking about a song in which a drive-by was conducted.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? You can't go at NBA YoungBoy directly for that, right? But who you can go at is the distributor. You know what I mean? And the company that's putting their label on it, that's reaping all the benefits from all these streams and downloads. You know what I mean? I feel like that would be the only way.
I think if you're talking about accountability, it all depends on that individual. And as a black person, I think you should be as a black person, you should be putting that first. So any message that you putting out there, I understand it's art and everything, but at some point you have to take responsibility for the type of message that you send it because people like to say it's not the music is not the problem, but I'm not gonna base it solely on the music, but music has an influence. And me personally, if I see something if I see a negative aura over the type of music that I make, I'm gonna try to change that because I care about my people. But most of these people, most artists, well, I'm not gonna say a small amount, from my opinion, really care, really deeply care about black empowerment like that. So it all depends on the artist. I'm holding
Hey,
out.
yo, can I get that cord, bro?
Me personally, I feel like everybody should be held accountable for this. For us for consuming it, and also us people that's making
Yeah. All right, yeah, I airdrop it. Nah, keep going, bro.
Yeah, I was just saying. I think I touched on. I think yeah, everybody's accountable. I feel because if we try to place the blame, I mean, we definitely could place the blame on the people that's funding it. Absolutely, but we have to start taking personal responsibility as well, and we have to get smarter with these type of.
Nah, we still recording.
We have to get smarter. We have to get smarter. Period. And that's why, to me, I just say everybody's accountable because I feel like as a black person, you want to do better. Like you want your people to do better. You should want your people to do better. And if it's something that's not serving us anymore, then we need to change it. Period. Regardless of the love affair with it, regardless of the history of it or the impact that it had on our lives, we have to start discarding things that don't serve us anymore.
Facts. Yo, I get that too. I feel like I think that I feel like the owing of reparations leads into the same conversation with why we still referring to ourselves as N words and B words. And like, yo, it's plain because we ain't got that much time. We got like 10 more minutes. It's plain. It's just plain and simple for me, right? Like, yeah, I grew up in the era in which the degradation of women was promoted for the majority of my life, and I understand that it wasn't okay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Understand that it wasn't okay. And it's okay to admit that it wasn't okay, and it was a detriment to our culture. You know what I'm saying? It was a detriment to our relationship with women. You know what I mean? For women, it was a detriment. It created a culture that, it was like, yo, we'll have a race of babies that will hate the ladies that make the babies. It's literally, you know what I'm saying? Art imitating, you know what I'm saying? Art, you know what I'm saying? Or art becoming reality. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And it's literally where we're at. And I think that's where a lot of the gender war stuff stems from. I would say that it has caused a divide in our community. It caused a divide between men and women. It's caused a lot of different issues that all stems back to the music. The music typically is a reflection of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Well, not so much now. It's art. You know what I'm saying? It's art now. But in the midst of, when us coming up, the music was supposed to be a reflection of what was transpiring. It was supposed to be a reflection of what was going on. You know what I'm saying? The musicians was the streets, was the storytellers. You know what I'm saying? Was telling the back, you know what I'm saying? All the behind the scenes stuff. That's where you know what I mean? A lot of stuff stemmed from, when it comes to hip hop. And they old, bro.
Is that your first exposure? Is hip hop your first exposure to the N word, B word? Or was it family?
It probably was family. It more than likely was family. You know what I'm saying? But for me, I never heard it more. Like, I didn't hear the N word and B word from my family more than I ever heard it more from hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So like that. So my first reference would always be hip hop. Like, I never heard it more. More than from anybody more than that.
So your catalyst for hearing it versus saying it. Now, what's your catalyst for saying it now? You know what I'm saying? Like
the influence of hearing it. The influence from the repetition of hearing it. As a kid, right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could tell you that I've been cursing since I was like 5, that I could remember. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I was saying words. I didn't know the power of or what I was really saying. I know what it meant, kinda. But right now, knowing the power of words, I wouldn't be saying none of them things as a child if I wasn't hearing it. But you gotta understand, I had a teenage mother. Right. You know what I'm saying? I had a teenage mother. I was hearing like my mom was a kid growing up with hip hop. What do you think I heard?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I heard the exact same thing. I heard the exact same thing that she was digesting. So You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I was one of those kids. I consider it an advantage, but I had a mom, yo, my mom's like, yo, we used to go to concerts together.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, me and my mom used to go to LL shows and, like, or, like, word. Like, on, you know what I mean? Like, on everything, though. You know what I'm saying? Just because, like, yo, that influence, like, it was a major part of my life. Like, hip-hop was a major part of my life. So, you know, like, yeah, they owe, bro. They owe. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I respect 50 Cent so much, bro. 50 Cent, Tupac, DMX, Fat Joe, Ghost, like a lot, like Ghostface. You know what I'm saying? Ray, like, yo, it's a handful of it's a line of dudes. Beanie Siegel, Styles P, you know what I'm saying? Jada Kiss. It's a list of dudes. That's why authenticity mattered to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up. My era, yo, you had to be who you said you was, bro. So, like, to see an individual stand on who they was, and anybody you ask could tell you that's who they was. You know what I'm saying? That's what matters. That's what, you know what I'm saying? That's what matters. You know what I'm saying? Like, to have the, you know what I'm saying, all praises due, you know what I'm saying? But, yo, to have the citizen and be like, yo, we was talking about Let's Get Free the other day.
Right.
Bro, I interviewed the executive producer and one of the MCs, you know what I'm saying, for an album. Like, yo, I would take that album with me if I was trapped on an island. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Stick Man, shout out to the guards out here at RBG, man, you know what I'm saying? But, like, yo, that's like literally something that, like, bro, I ain't never gonna forget that. I'm gonna take that with me to the grave. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, I'm gonna be telling my son about, bro. Like, yo, I got the interview. Like, what if you got the interview? You know what I'm saying? Dr. Dre. You know what I'm saying? When they made All Eyes on Me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's one of them things, bro. Like, yo, you be taking this for granted, bro. You know what I mean? People really be taking this for granted. Like, if nothing else, like, I was never in this for money, notoriety, and nothing like that, right, bro? I was always in this for chasing my dreams and being able to do dope shit with people that I respected. Nothing more, nothing less. You know what I'm saying? And to be able to spread a message. You know what I'm saying? Be able to spread something positive out here. Like, bro, I done got to talk to some people I never thought I'd be able to have a conversation with a day in life. You know what I mean? Like, real rap. Like, yo, I got to interview Bill Duke, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I got to interview Bill Duke.
Yes.
You know what I mean? All type of people that's had a mark and made history in this culture. You know what I'm saying? That's been in this culture and made staples, made waves. You know what I'm saying? All across the board, bro. Like, yo, we get the pleasure and the luxury of being able to have conversations with those people who've seen, yo, bro, Bill Duke is, I just wanted to show respect, bro, because, like, yo, like, that's all you can do.
Right.
That's all you can do. It's like when you around people like that, yo, you gotta let them talk. You gotta let them talk, bro. So, like, yo, in them certain situations, yo, this is a blessing, bro. It's a blessing, yo. Like, but, like, yo, people don't be understanding, like, that's what come with the work. That's the reward of some of the work, bro. Like, man, I gotta have a conversation with Bill Duke. Like, I'm just smarter than you. You know what I'm saying? Like, real rap. Real rap. Like, I talked to Bill Duke today, man. Shut up. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I don't like real rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we get the luxury, we get the benefit of being able to talk to these people who are actually, like, having input. People that's actually in the community instilling change. You know what I'm saying? The people that's actually making things happen, yo. Like, every time Boom and them touch down in here, bro, it's a blessing. You know what I'm saying? Because, yo, I saw where my man came from. You know what I'm saying? I seen the effect and the change that he's made. I see how other people look at him on the street. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, bro. That's why I'm in this for. You know what I mean? It's about change. Like, whether it starts from the head down, you know what I mean? But the mentality But the mentality leads to actions changing. You know what I'm saying? And it's a trickle effect. That's why I'm in this, bro. That's why I love it. Like, it'll always go back to that for me.
That's what it is right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Like, and to make it, like, listen, I don't knock nobody. I try not to use, I consciously try not to use the N word until I mean it. You know what I'm saying? I try not to use the B word until I mean it. You know what I'm saying? And you still have a whole lot of N words and a whole lot of B words that's walking around here mentally and carry themselves as such and acknowledge themselves as such. So if that's the case, why can't I call you for what you are? Right or wrong?
yo,
I look at it like we even if you don't know no better, I do.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it. So
Dr.
even if
Bobby
you
Wright said
look at these songs,
we entitled to have sick people like everybody else.
Nah, no doubt.
You know
And,
what I'm
and it's a name for him.
Yeah.
It's a name for him. No, you can't refer to him as the God. You can't refer him as the God. You know what I'm saying? You're performing in your lower. You know what I'm saying? Operating out your lower. You can't refer to him as the God. So what else can I refer to you as? You a real nigga, right? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm saying.
See,
I support that.
in my space, though, when we speak life perpetuates life. When we speak death, it perpetuates death. You know what I mean?
True.
So you'll hook off on somebody if they call one of your children stupid. Even if they're acting stupid. You understand what I'm saying?
True,
You're hooking off.
True,
But
true.
we're speaking to our strive is to speak to warn the wicked of their wicked ways to save their life. You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They like, yo, so what if we got away from the terms altogether? What would that change? I said, let's see it. And I don't really find the trouble in the space with the cats who's supposed to be acting like these terms. It's the people who's supposed to have been elevated out of these places that act worse than the people who ain't. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they like, yo, nah, man, blah, 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 this, whatever it is. So it didn't matter. You see what I'm saying? It didn't matter. It don't matter man, woman, child. It don't matter if they're an astronaut, an astrophysicist, if they're curing diseases, if whatever the case may be. It's a blanket term to describe us.
Yeah.
And it just bring me back to the plantation. You see what I'm saying? Like, it bring me back to the plantation because this is how we was viewed, whether we was a prince or a peasant.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's a blanket term, and it's a blanket term that's associated with murder, that's associated with lynching, that's associated with raping and pillaging, and it's associated with capitalism. All of this term, these two terms, that's what they're associated with. You see what I'm saying? And when we use them, honestly, this is how we use them. You know, because I can hear all of the references until you upset. When you upset with me, you're not calling me negus. You ain't calling me naga. You ain't calling me king.
Absolutely.
You ain't calling me brother.
Absolutely.
Or wise person. You are calling me somebody that's worthy of death.
Absolutely.
And you don't care who I'm with at the time when you execute judgment. And so that's what my mind is. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So when I say, like Dr. Bobby Wright said, we entitled to have sick people like everybody else, where's the clinicians? Where's the ministers to administer what we supposed to have in regards to it? Who's supposed to be able to call you out of your delusion? We said we went from niggas to gods. So I'm speaking to the God in you that you don't even know exists in you. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Like, I'm speaking to the God in you that I see in me. I see the same thing in me that I see in you, regardless of how you conducting yourself. If I don't speak to you to let you know that this is here, this is apparent, then I felt in my duty. What's my duty? You see what I'm saying? What's my duty? You know, if they call this guy the teacher, they say he's the teacher, then class is in session at all times. If he's referred to as the teacher, that's how they're gonna look to him. You know what I mean?
Word.
That's how they're gonna look to him. But if he like, yo, this is okay, well, the teacher said it's okay, it's okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? it don't change.
Word. But yo, this was dope, man. I appreciate God tapping in with us, man. Coming back in. As always, man, yo, knowledge always tap in though we in town though, bro. So like, yo, big shout out to the Knowledge Radio, all streaming platforms, man, all over, man. Follow that man, one of the hardest working man out here in these streets, man, these YouTube streets. 5
Absolutely.
documentaries, 5 books, hella shows. You know what I'm saying?
Over 3,000 and counting.
Yeah, over 3,000 shows, bro. Like, yo, you think you working till you bump into somebody who working. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that's a fact, man. So like, yo, big shout out to the bro, man. Go get your handles out, man. Let people know where they can follow you.
Handle with my nephew. You see my nephew, man. My nephew gonna be a problem out here, man. You understand? Melvinaire in training, man. You understand what I'm saying? He about to inherit the legacy and the dynasty, man. You see what I'm saying? I just want to say something real quick. It's Black History Month, man, and I'd be remiss if I didn't shout out Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad on his Ascension Day and Dr. Huey P. Newton on his born day. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? So our enemies are so crafty that they made sure that they quell both aspects, the largest aspects of our revolution, on the same day. They knew that this is the day that he was born. This is the day he's got to go out. So the continuance of the pride of the Panther and that movement in regards to self-empowerment and self-defense, you see what I'm saying, and self-regulation, this is how we able to have these bills in the way that we do. You see what I'm saying? So, it's Black History Month, man. Tell your family their story, their birth story. Tell your children why you named them what you named them. You see what I'm saying? Like if you miss all of this other stuff, if you don't take this opportunity to sit down with your family and have real discussions, then what's it all for? You understand what I'm saying? This began as a week. This began as a week in a time where they were looking at us as 3/5 of a human being and said we didn't contribute anything of worth or value in human evolution. You see what I'm saying? So Dr. Carter Godwin Woodson said we're gonna have a week in February. Out of 365 days in the year, we're gonna have a week in February, and we're gonna have Negro History Week to celebrate ourselves. And then it went from the week to Negro History Month to Black History Month. You see what I'm saying? So for all of the ones that be like, yo, Black History every day, 24/7, 365, let me see a week. Let me see a day, as a matter of fact. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Let me see a day where we dealing with it in the way that we dealing with it. And if y'all can't do it, the Melvinaires is making history right now. You understand what I'm saying? We could go over 1,000 years, 10,000 years ago, blah, 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 but support the ones who making it happen right now in real time. You understand? So that's what Do Now's Radio represent. That's what Melvinaire Podcast represent. We here at Digital Impact Studios. Salute the Digital Impact Studios, making a way for those who are making history right now. So if you're looking for a place to live out your dreams, to illustrate your dreams and share your vision with the world, man, hit up the Melvinaire Podcast. Come to Digital Impact Studios. They making history happen in real time, man. And salute to my brother, Billy Ray Valentine. You understand what I'm saying? Making it happen all day, every day, man.
Already, man. Let people know where they can follow you at, bro.
Billy Ray Valentine on Facebook, Billy Ray Valentine _B1 on Instagram, Billy Ray 215 on Twitter / whatever it is, X.
Philly.
Salute to
Mhm.
Yeah, man.
Philly, where he is from. Okay?
Shout out Philly, man.
appreciate
Shout
it.
out Philly, man. Yo, man. This is dope, bro. This is definitely dope, man. Pop-up episode, man, but like, yo, we still gotta feed the streets, man, no matter what. You know what I mean? The streets gotta eat. So, Can't Knock the Muscle _43 on IG. Melvinaire _podcast on IG. The_Melvinaire on X. Melvinaire Podcast Group on Facebook. Bookers and inquiries is melvinairemedia@gmail.com. Be on the lookout for the website. And man, just keep rocking with us, yo. It's a lot coming. I know I keep saying it, but it's not a lot. So, man, I promise you, man, stay tuned, subscribe, share the show. Merch is coming. T-shirt season about to be here. Hoodie season, man. Yo, who wants to be a Melvinaire, man? You know what I mean? That's that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna leave it at that. We catch y'all. Yeah, man. Next week, 21st, 8 p.m. is going down, man. Make sure you tuned in. I ain't even gonna tell y'all the title, but next week's show is fire. You want to make sure you tapped in for that. And until then, man, listen, we are the culture. We are almighty. You know what I'm saying? We are the Melvinaire Podcast, man. You are now tuned in. Hit the like button, man. Share the show. We catch y'all next week, man. Till then, peace, love, salute, man. Stay safe.
Peace.